Scrapping cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout, and this is for Color Rush Studios. This is the brand new kit for May, and I did a complete unboxing of the entire kit, and I kind of lost a little bit of footage, so unfortunately I'm not showing you the pieces that I will be using today, but I will pop in a sketch up here in the left hand corner, and that sketch comes from the Facebook group of Color Brush Studio, and that's to encourage us to write a story this month and to create a layout around that story. So this is my take on the sketch. I did flip the sketch um, because my photos just looked a little bit better on the opposite side. And I did some fussy cutting of flowers, and I also fussy cut a butterfly in the end to add a little bit more blue to the layout. I love the colors in this collection, and it was perfect for these photos of my goddaughter at her 8th grade continuation. So I'm going to have two photos, and one is a 4x6 cut down, and the other one started out as a 4x6, but it was also cut down. And this little wood veneer piece, I am going to paint black with black acrylic paint first, and then I will go over it with shimmers paint. And the reason I didn't do shimmers first, sometimes the shimmers will soak into wood veneer. So if you add a layer of acrylic paint or gesso, in this case, I didn't have any black gesso. My black gesso had dried out, so I just used black acrylic paint. And then I'm going to use Shimmer's paint in coal, which is black. And it'll just give it a nice little shimmer shine to it on the layout instead of the wood veneer. And there was no reason for that. I just wanted it to be different. So I'm almost done there, and I'm just painting it on a piece of wax paper that was just a scrap that was laying on my desk. And the only reason I did that is because I don't have to really clean up. I can just leave it on there, let it dry, and push it to the side and use it when I get ready to use it. So I'm going to finish up touching it up. Sorry, I'm a little bit off screen, but I just painted it all the way around. And closing up everything and coming back. This green piece of paper is cardstock. That is not included in the kit. That was just found in my stash. And I actually like it because it matches the bright green that you can see in the photo. So it just helps pop the photo just a little bit more. So that's the reason I used that. And I did ink up the edges with black ink, and I'm going to matte it double matte on black cardstock. If I can get it straight on the paper. It's amazing how many times I pulled that off of there. It's funny how you go to lay it down straight and you think it's straight, but you lay it down and it's crooked. So I was able to lay it down on the black mat just fine, but not on the mat originally. So now I'm adding some play foam, and this you can tell is a little bit brighter green, but you won't see it. It's not that bright in real life. I think it's my lights that make it look brighter than it actually is. And then I'm going to matte the smaller photo also on the green, and then I'm going to matte it on the yellow paper, which is the back side of the floral paper. I already cut one sheet of florals out, so I decided could use the yellow if I wanted to for photo mats or other, you know, things on the layout besides just fussy cutting, since I already have a lot of flowers cut out. And as you all know, I'm not a big fan of flowers, but they do belong on layouts. They have a beautiful girl, and it makes the layout beautiful. I just don't always like them on my boy pages, and that's just a preference of mine. Nothing against the flowers, and some flowers look great with boy pages. So you know, it really just depends on the flower. And these flowers are actually really cute. They're a little bit like, I don't know how to explain them. I guess not perfect. They're distressed, and they're just the colors pop, and I love it with this collection. So I'm going to use a little piece of the pom-pom trim over here on the left-hand side of the larger photo. And I just put it as a border on the photo, or on the photo mat actually. And so I'm gonna figure out how to do that here. I was like, how am I gonna get this to stick and be in the right place? So I decided to use double-sided tape, and I'm gonna try to place it on the pom-pom. That wasn't working very well. Usually it doesn't stick to the fabric unless you're placing it down and you're able to just push it down and not have to lift it back up again. Since I was going to have to peel the backside off of it, that wasn't going to work. So instead, I did it on the photo mat and then laid the pom poms down and pushed it into the double sided tape, and it worked fine. And then when I attach it down, it'll stay there. It'll be fine. It's in a page protector, so I'm not worried about it falling off. And then here's one of the florals that I fussy cut, and this is one of the yellow ones. And then I popped up the leaves on play foam. And then I'm going to put a blue one down here at the bottom on the left hand side. And this is a little leaf that is separated, and I cut that one. And I'm going to put that with the blue flower. And then I will add another pink flower here in a moment. Right now I'm working on the little journaling box. And this was cut from the rainbow paper. I just used the grid part of the paper for the journaling box. And I won't be adding the journaling on the layout. As the title will tell, it's her story to tell. So she can write whatever story she wants to tell and whatever story she wants to put on there. So I used the story acrylic piece, which is absolutely beautiful with all the glitter. It really, pops off the page. That blue is just perfect. And then these are a couple more little fussy cut flowers and leaves that I'm going to add up here on the little, what is that, little speech bubble with the pink heart. And then I'll add the pink flower there. And I'm going to bring in these little sticker letters from my stash. These are by P13. And they're just little alphas. You could use a die cut or a stamp or really anything to do tinier letters if you wanted to do a longer title like mine. But these are what I had on hand, so I'm using them. And this is, so it's going to say, the story is mine to tell. And I have it all put down. And then I'm not sure if I do it on screen. I will take a black Sharpie pinpoint marker, and I will outline all of the little green letters so that they pop a little bit more. You'll see that in the close-ups. My lights are kind of shining out the little green letters. But I'm going to add the little fabric flowers, the blue one and the pink one, and the yellow one. And I'm just doing it tone on tone. So I'm not mixing up the colors or anything like that. I added the pink with the pink, the blue with the blue, and the yellow over with the yellow. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. What am I doing? Oh, there I go. So the only thing I do is just outline it around, and I do a few little like swiggly, scratchy marks. And the reason I do that is because if you do mess up, then it looks like you messed up on purpose, not on, accident, and there's no way to fix it. So if you just do that to begin with, then if you do make a mistake, you can always turn that into the little scratchy mark where it's supposed to be. So it kind of looks like stitching. It looks like you stitched around it. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to add 8th grade. And again, that was because it was 8th grade continuation. And these are just two beautiful photos that I took of her in her pretty dress. So I wanted to just document that. And like I said, I used the prompt to tell a story to leave some place for her to add her own journaling later on if she chooses to. And I believe that's going to be it. I'm going to add these down, and then I will draw around them like I did with the other ones. And then I will add a little blue butterfly over by the journaling spot, kind of on the pink flower, I guess, is where I add it. And then that will be it. and I should have hopefully more layouts next week. I'm not sure if I'll have any this weekend. I'm doing the voiceover on Wednesday, and we have Thursday and Friday before Saturday. We'll see if I get any layouts done, and I will see you guys in the next voiceover. Again, check out Color Rush Studio, and if you're new, you can use my code Jennifer10 and save 10% on anything in the shop. Bye.